What is up, guys? Welcome back to another DCS video. Today we're doing something a little bit different but kind of the same, and as promised we are back in the Strike Eagle. So without further ado, let's get straight into this. I'm going to put the TSD on the bottom like so. I just kind of like doing that just out of habit. Put the floodlights on because we're going to be flying, obviously, as you guys can tell, at night. Let's set up our armament page here on the right MFD, air to ground. Also going to put us in air ground mode off the bat here. These Mark 84s, we're going to select both. Put them in CDIP mode in step. And we put them in step just because we can drop one and then drop two afterwards with a second pickle. Nose to tail fuse, and yeah, everything looks good on the delivery page. Cool. We're going to put our NAVFLIR on, and we're going to get that all set up afterwards, but you'll see why. Terrain following radar on, not that it really matters, and everything looks good to go here, so we're going to leave this on air-to-air mode for our radar at the time. Release the brakes. Let's scramble to get the hell out of here. We're takeoff trim now. Alright, so we're going to fly out on that heading there. We already got a waypoint out set up there. And we're going to be taking on an enemy airbase in the cover of darkness, as you guys can tell. But they have a SAM site, so we are going to have to be really careful that we don't fly a little high and stop masking ourselves by the terrain. So it's going to be quite the challenge, but should be fairly straightforward mission here. We had a B1 takeoff earlier, you might have heard it. We're kind of just got to get in ground level, get our nitty gritty down there, and hopefully pave the way for that guy to get in and drop his ordnance on the buildings. For now, we're just going to drop our stuff on primarily the SAM site, and then we have some Durandals loaded up too, as you guys can see on the armament page there, the blue 107s. And obviously that'll be for taking out the runway. And the Mark 82s will just maybe take out some of their aircraft that are sitting there on the tarmac, if the situation permits. And yeah, looks good on the right and the left. Gonna turn our lights off as soon as we get airborne here. And for all you guys wondering, yes, this is the Sinai map again. This map is absolutely gorgeous. So, and as you guys can see, that little circle there, that is our waypoint. That's, believe it or not, superimposed on our HUD. Everything here looks good, so let's hit the road. Getting the full burner here. Alright, we're going to be rotating at 180 knots, per usual. Coming up to 180 now, slowly raise the stick. Positive rate and gears coming up. And I'll start turning towards that waypoint marker. Just double check that with our TSD at the bottom there. Everything's looking good. Get out of burner here because we don't really need to be screwing too fast through here. Burning our precious fuel. What I'm going to do now is, now that we're airborne, put our radar on. Oops. Radar is on, and master is coming on. Oops, that's not the master. That is our master up there. And we're going to take all of our lights and turn them off. Like so. And we should be totally dark. Oh yeah, we're dark. Alright, cool. So, like I was saying before, we're going to use the NAVFLIR system here. So, fly it to this waypoint. We are going to make sure that's on. NAVFLIR is on. And we're just going to fiddle with these two buttons here. It's going to be superimposed on our HUD. So raise the brightness and the contrast, and as you guys can see, that's out of proportion, so we're going to lower the contrast. One little interesting tidbit too is I'm not quite sure if that's intended, but pitch is currently dimming and brightening the brightness or contrast. So just some little thing I noticed, but not quite sure if that's intended, like I said. But what I like to do is keep it fairly bright and the contrast fairly high as well, just because I can anticipate that nose down input there and anticipate the dimmer NAVFLIR on the hood there. So that all set up. I think our HUD is fine. I'm actually gonna trim that out to be a little less bright, and we should be good to go. I'm just gonna fly this heading, and yeah, see you guys when we're a little closer. So I'm not quite sure if you guys saw that, but that looked like flares. Interesting. I'm going to get into air-to-air mode here because I did not like that. Huh. Picking anything up on the radar? Oh, actually, we are. There's a... contrail up there for sure. Who the hell is this guy? There's a sidewinder on here. I don't know what is in fact going on. Someone out here is hunting us, and I'm not enjoying that. We're definitely getting pinged on our RWR as well. I'm just not seeing this guy. Painted the horizon here, 10 nautical miles. Now, this thing's not designed to be... Ooh, what is this? Down here. What is that? It's got an afterburner, whatever he is. That is not a friendly. Whew. Okay, well, it appears that they scrambled a jet out here. Interesting. I'm not quite sure what that was, I'll be quite honest with you. But it is rumored that they do have MiG-21s here. That guy was totally in the dark. And whew, if he didn't flare earlier, I would not have even known he was here, to be quite honest with you. Wowzers. Okay, well, That caught me off guard. And here comes the SAM site waking up. Just duck down here on the deck. Oh boy. Oh wow, yeah, we are 18 nautical miles away, so technically we're pretty close. So, alright, we're on air to ground now. We got our CDIP up. We're good to go to knock these guys out. Mask ourselves in the terrain here as best as possible. Yeah, we're real close. Still getting pinged though on our RWR. There's the airport right there. Okay, so now we're going to be looking for a site off to the right of the apron there. Probably off to the right of those white lights. According to our satellite intel, that's where they put that SAM site, so we'll drop our first bomb there. We have nose to tail armed for the fuse. These Mark 84s and even those Mark 82s are, they have a system where they deploy airbags basically to slow themselves down so you can get the hell out of there for a low deployment. I'm going to pop up a little bit here. Start flaring. And we are releasing Pickle. Alright, good shack. I'm not quite sure if that actually hit the search radar though, and that's what counts the most. So we're gonna go back around and do another pass here, just in case. Yeah, things are cooking off for sure. Not getting any pings on the RWR, so we might have actually successfully took that search radar out, but doesn't hurt here to double check with that. Yeah, I think they're definitely good as dead. Yeah, they gotta be. But we'll put another one down there just for good measure, so. Oh yeah. Alright, there's no doubt now. I think you guys could probably see that chute there for a second too. That was kind of cool. Alright, now let's go to our Mark 82s. We'll do the same exact thing, but this time we will do something a little bit different on the page here. I'm going to do CDIP, ripple single line. Probably do 600 feet. Sequence with 6. And we'll do actually 8. We're going to do nose to tail. Try that out for size here. And we'll give ourselves some altitude here just in case. Yeah, it looks like some good effect on target down there for sure. And Pickle. Ripple those off and get the hell out of there. Looks like I didn't didn't release all of them, and that was kind of a too much of a interval there. So we only released 4 out of the 6. So we'll go back in here. It's not a problem, and we'll do quantity 2. Interval 150 feet. And we'll reconfigure that. Everything down there looks quite dead, not gonna lie. Oh yeah. Yeah, this will just be for a little bonus here. Alright. Those are away. Oh yeah. Alright. Very cool. Now we're off to the Dirndals. So we're going to go back into our armament page here. Select the blue 107s. Do quantity 6. Interval maybe 550. Yeah, about 550 feet. And we're going to do CDIP, ripple single line, nose to tail, and we're good to go. And we're just going to go right down that runway and just let them off. And after that, we will be RTB. Yeah, this NAVFLIR is very inconsistent. I'm not quite sure if that's just because the Strike Eagle's new and might be some bugs associated with it that haven't been ironed out. Not quite sure. Nevertheless, though, that does not detract on this thing. This thing is amazing. Alright, line up with the runway here. Don't want to get too low. And we'll ripple these guys off. And there we go. That's all 6 of them. Very nice. Alright, well, my job here is done. I will see you guys back when we're towards the base there, which is quite a far ways away, but we don't have to worry about the SAM site anymore, so yeah. See you guys in a bit. Alright guys, we are just getting back to the airbase now. I hope you guys can see that. Obviously if I tilt my head up into the pitch black you won't be able to see anything, it's going to artifact, but that's just the nature of the beast with compression and YouTube. But anyways, we're going to land back on that same runway there, taxi back and go back to our bunkers, and yeah, that'll be the end of the mission here. I think it was quite successful. So yeah, anyways, I'm going to leave you guys with a approach into this air base here. Without further ado though, I'd like to thank you guys for watching the video to its entirety. Please feel free to give me a like, follow, and subscribe while you're at it. It means a lot to me. I'll be pumping out more DCS content. It's definitely my favorite game. Maybe some Star Citizen 2 in the future. But primarily I'm a DCS channel, so that's mostly what you can look forward to. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, and thanks for tuning in. Take care. Turn our radar off here so we're not frying people.
Low altitude.
I'll take this high-speed taxiway right here. Thank you very much. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next video. Later.